report, the January 6th committee, and I read this report, and it is so bad what was taking place in this committee, what they were trying to do to Donald Trump, how they were manipulating witnesses and testimony, how they were censoring information, and the massive destruction. I mean, it is a massive amount of information that was destroyed, how they're trying to influence the criminal justice system. Congressman Barry Loudermilk is the chairman of this effort. It seems to me, from my own background, that when the Trump administration steps in, there needs to be a federal grand jury that looks into the potential violation of federal laws here, because this is no joke. When you have a committee of Congress trying to instigate criminal investigations, you had two people, Steve Bannon and Peter Navarro, who actually went to federal prison as a result of referrals from this committee. And what took place here should never take place again against any president or former president of the United States. Do you agree? I mean, if they want to play in the criminal realm, then the criminal realm is where we ought to play.
Well, that's true. And, we've been asked all along as we've uncovered things and as you've covered this so well throughout the last 2 years, what about accountability? And my response has always been, well, that is something that is really an executive branch because we don't have law enforcement capability, but I would never trust this Department of Justice to hand out justice equally. They've proven that they will not. But now we're moving into a new era, and with the Trump Department of Justice, they can move forward with this. That's why we made a recommendation that the Department of Justice investigate Liz Cheney for potential violations of federal law. And I'm only using Liz's own standards that she used. If you go back to July of 2022, in one of their televised hearings, Liz Cheney started talking about Donald Trump making a phone call to one of their witnesses. It wasn't even successful. He just attempted to make a phone call to someone they had interviewed. She then referred that to the Department of Justice of potential witness tampering, just because he attempted to make a phone call. Now compare that to what we have the evidence that Liz Cheney actually did. She did communicate with Cassidy Hutchinson. She did acknowledge that it was inappropriate communications. After she communicated with Cassidy Hutchinson then changed her testimony. And then, according to Cassidy Hutchinson, Liz Cheney did encourage her to fire her previous attorney, Stefan Pasentino. Then Liz Cheney did help her find a new attorney. And then Liz Cheney did try to get Stefan Pasentino disbarred in Georgia and D.C. So these are the things that she did, but she said just because Donald Trump attempted to make a phone call, then he should be investigated. This is why we're saying, look, I can't make that determination, but the Department of Justice can.
Well, I can't imagine she has anything to hide. They just destroyed a zillion pieces of data and video and so forth and so on. It seems to me Nancy Pelosi needs to be examined. A number of these people need to be examined because there was a lot going on in the shadows here. People were giving orders. Somebody gave orders to destroy all this information. Somebody gave orders to try and influence witnesses. Somebody gave orders to try and prevent other witnesses from giving timely testimony. Somebody called in Hollywood to create these productions. We cannot have these Stalinist-type events and then pretend it's okay because the media are on the side of the Stalinists. That cannot go on. Barry Loudermilk, I want to thank you, your staff. You've done a great service to the American people. This is a fantastic report. You can get it online, and I encourage everybody watching, get it. God bless you, my friend. Take care. Have a great holiday.
God bless you, Mark, and Merry Christmas.
We'll be right back.